Hey everybody, it's Joe from Old Man Photography again. We're here with number 4 in our videos on sharing and things I've learned along the way in photography. We've talked about a plan, a journal to keep track of our plan, and then we've talked about ways to get there. And today we're going to talk about people always ask me, well, how do you know where to go? I mean, it seems like you catch the perfect sunrises, sunsets, and you just seem like you know where to go. It's funny. A number of years ago, I was out in Pittsburgh, and there's a guy I follow out there that's very good. His name is Dave DeCelio. Real nice guy, and he's just really helpful and beautiful photography of the city of Pittsburgh. And it was funny because I was going out and I said to my friend Dan on the phone, I said, like this guy just seems like he knows where to go all the time. Like it's like, I wonder if they have apps for this stuff or anything. And it was funny because I was out there about a week and I'm on my way home and I called my buddy Dan again and I said, yeah, I got a whole bunch of apps on my phone. So there are quite a few apps that are really helpful in photography. I'm going to keep the list short and sweet. For the most part, they're all free except for one, and they really do help. So they're simple little things. You go to the Play Store, whether you got an iPhone or a Droid, you find them, you download them, you get them on your phone, and then they each do something a little bit differently. The ones I use is one's called Clear Outside. It's free. You download it. It defaults to the UK, so you want to hit current location every time you check it, and it will tell you the visibility, the wind, the whole 9 yards. The biggest thing about the visibility is if you're doing any type of astro or night photography, you got to make sure the skies are clear. If they're cloudy or patchy cloudy, it's just not going to work and it's a waste of your time. So the nice thing to do is you can go that day or the day before and look up the app and look and see what's going to be clear tonight. I think I should focus on some outside night photography. So that's a good app to have. The second one I use is a friend of mine, Eric from up in the Poconos, gave me the one hint of it. It was called WeatherBug. And it's all about lightning. You literally go in there and it will show you when storms are nearby, where lightning is striking and most likely to strike. And it's great if you're looking to get those lightning shots, whether with your camera or a drone. So it's pretty neat one to have too. The third one I have is called Stellarium. Again, iPhone or Android, they're all in the Play Store. And Stellarium is literally a whole image of the night sky in a 360-degree view. So when it gets dark out, you go outside, you turn on Stellarium, you put it up to the sky, and it literally shows you where everything is at, which is really nice. So you can find stars, you can find comets, you can find the moon, you can find galaxies, all kinds of pretty cool things. So that's another free one. I also use one called ISS Detector, and that's for the International Space Station. That's cool for the kids, the grandkids, whatever else. Once the sun goes down, if you find it and the space station's in our area, you get everybody out in the back porch or in the backyard or on the deck. You get everybody looking up, and boy, there she comes. And you can follow her sometimes. It could be 5, 6, 7 minutes across the night sky, and you can literally see it. You got to remember, this sucker is about the size of 4 or 5 football fields. It's humongous. At any given time, there's probably anywhere from 5, 6 up to 9, 10 astronauts. Sometimes it's Americans. Most of the time there's some Russians on board. Sometimes there's some other countries that have sent some astronauts up. So it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool thing for, like I said, the kids, the grandkids. So that's a neat little app to have. I also have a little simple one, if you can see it. And it's just a little simple one, and it basically tells me every day what time the sunrise and the sunset is. It also tells me, what time the golden hours and the blue hours are. And I know that's a question like, well, what's a golden hour? What's a blue hour? And I will be making a video about those things, but it's part of the sunrise and the sunset, and we'll get into it on that video. But that's a nice little app to have because it really, sets everything. You're going to bed, the sun's going to be up at 7:10. I need to be out of the house at 6:30 to get there in time and get set up. I need to get up at 6 o'clock, or the sunset's going down at 6 o'clock. I need to be there by 5:30, so you can plan accordingly. So those are some free ones. The one big one I use is Photo Pills, and again, you can find it in the Play Store. I think it's $9.95, basically $10. It's a lifetime deal. What's nice about that app is you can go anywhere in the world. If, let's just say, you're in a city and you want the moon to come up behind a tall building. So you put the pin at the tall building, you take the other pin and you go put it somewhere else, and it will show you what will line up and what time everything will line up. So it's more of a semi-hobbyist, professional type photographer's app, but even a regular, just fun type photographer person can benefit by it also. But again, it's $9.95. You pay for that one. So, but those are the 4 or 5 I use. I got 1 or 2 other, but I don't always use them in that. I also use Weather Underground. I find that to be the most accurate of all the weather channels or the weather apps or anything out there. Been using it for years. So. But they really go a long way. I think if you're serious about it, you want to learn more about photography, you want to be at the right place, the right time, I think they really help. I use them all the time. Almost some of them I use every day, especially the last couple of weeks. I've been chasing the comet everywhere, so I've been using the Clear Outside app every day, just making sure it's going to be clear that night. If it's not, then I can go do something else with my life instead of planning the whole evening to be out when it's cloudy. So hopefully this helped you. Again, if you like, hit the like button. If you would, subscribe. If you know of any apps or you have any feedback on any of the apps I mentioned, please leave a comment in the comment section below. And hopefully this was helpful and it makes things a little bit easier for you. Thank you. And again,